Hello guys, Dr. Lev is here. So let's talk briefly about this thing called sore throat. What is it? How does it happen? And if at all you get a sore throat, how do you handle it? Now, almost all of us have had a sore throat experience in their lifetime. We all know it presents with different symptoms, from painful throat, from the dryness, from the itchy and scratchy throat, and even the dry cough. And we tend to confuse this with all sorts of issues, and we run to the pharmacy to get over-the-counter antibiotics. Now we will correct that in this video. So sore throat is basically, it should actually be treated as a symptom, because it only tells you or informs you that there's a problem with your respiratory, actually the upper respiratory tract has an issue. And therefore, if you treat the sore throat, you're treating again the symptom. You need to treat the underlying cause, which again brings us to the point of what causes sore throat. 4 things. Number 1 has to be fungal. Number 2 has to be allergies. Number 3 has to be viruses. Number 4 has to be bacteria, of course, the one that we all know and the one that we all treat. And above all, pollutions. Some of you get this sore throat after inhaling fumes from automobiles. So that can be also a pollutant that will cause you a sore throat. So keep in mind that most of the infection that occur in your throat, and most of that sore throat, is viral. And you should never run to the pharmacy to get an over-the-counter antibiotic. You should also not go and straight to the doctor to write you a prescription that has an antibiotic to help you treat your sore throat. The reason is that if you are treating a sore throat, then you first of all have to identify the causative organism before you start treatment. And that takes you to a whole process in the hospital. You have to go to the laboratory, then they establish that the causative agent is either virus, fungal, maybe an allergen, or a bacteria. Then from there, your doctor can write your prescription to start your therapy. Okay, so that brings us to the differences between these sore throats. So I want you to understand that sore throat occurs in different forms. Basically, the major ones are 2. So we have the viral sore throat and we have the bacterial. And the most common bacteria that causes sore throat is Streptococcus group A. So what are the differences, so that once you start getting these home remedies that you want them to assist you to get over this sore throat, how do you start and how do you handle this? So one, you should understand that the viral one is caused by the virus, definitely, and the other one is caused by a bacteria that is Streptococcus group A. Then the strep throat, which is the bacterial one, has sudden onset of symptoms. So once you get it instantly, you start getting those symptoms. And to even make it worse, it comes with a very high fever. So most of you experience the bacterial one because of the fevers, the headaches that come as a result of that. However, there is no cough in this one. But the other one, we have a viral, then it comes gradually, so the symptoms grow gradually. So you start getting that runny nose, then you start getting a mild headache. There is cough also. Then there is mild or no fevers. Then above all, the tonsils have not swollen. But in the bacterial one, your tonsils have swollen, and it's very characteristic. Those tonsils have swollen, and then they have white patches around the tonsils. So you'll realize tonsillitis with white patches, you'll know that is a bacterial, because those are bacterial colonies. So then you can easily treat that with antibiotics after you have identified that. Now, after you've done that, you will go straight to the home remedies for sore throat. So what do you use when you're at home and you have a sore throat? The best thing is you should go to the hospital and then get adequate attention. You get to ascertain that this is basically starting from physical examination, go to the lab for those upper respiratory tract examinations and all. Then after that, you establish which microbe is causing your sore throat, then definitely you can start therapy. But if you're at home and you are unable, or you don't just want to go to the hospital, do not take antibiotics. Do not rush and take that dose of amoxicillin that is on your shelf or in your home. You can use different home remedies, and one of the home remedies has basically a salt gargle. So salt gargle, basically salt, what it does, it sucks mucus from those pouches, sucks mucus from those inflamed tonsils, also helps you rehydrate and prevents you from that scratching. So salt gargle is very important in that. And this salt gargle can go hand in hand with the ACV. You can also use ACV, diluted ACV, or sodium bicarbonate or bicarbonate of soda. Now on this, you should understand that one thing you should avoid when you have this condition are those commercial toothpastes. And in this channel, we've already told you that those commercial toothpastes are businesses and is a problem, because those commercial toothpastes, what they'll do is they'll cause you an issue with your immunity. They'll also cause you poisoning because they have high content of poison. Take your time to just read the labels on that favorite commercial toothpaste that you use. You'll get to understand what I'm talking about, okay? You can also use cinnamon and also eucalyptus leaves. So that tree, you can just boil those leaves and then inhale. These are, they will relieve that itchiness, and also they'll soothe your throat so that you stop having that dry and itchy or scratchy throat. Then you can use turmeric. Turmeric extract is very good because it's a powerful antioxidant. It also has antibacterial, antiviral, and antifungal properties. So turmeric is very important. That's why we insist on using organic spices in your diet. Do not go for the processed turmeric, okay? Then lozenges, the likes of strepsils, the likes of those lozenges that have, do not go for the ones that have honey, because in this process we need to avoid honey as much as possible, and sugar, because these have sugar. Honey has sugar, which is fructose, and these are just basically, they will feed the bacteria, okay? That is one. Number two, they'll make the condition worse, even though traditional honey was used to soothe your throat and also to mask cough. However, in this condition, when you have bacterial or viral sore throat, do not rush to use honey, okay? So lozenges, some of them have high content of zinc, and zinc plays a very good role in immunity. We know of children who are getting this diarrhea. They get to use those zinc tablets to help them recover from diarrhea. However, in this, we have zinc, and this zinc is very important for the immunity, and also it suppresses cough. Some of them also have menthol, which is soothing. Some of them also have eucalyptus oil, and all this just soothe. But the zinc that is in these lozenges is basically zinc gluconate, okay? Now, the reason why I always focus on diets is because this zinc can be found in pumpkin seeds. So consumption of pumpkin seeds over time can be very helpful in basically preventing the occurrence of sore throats. And of course, you have to boost your immunity through the methods that we always mention here, through fasting, through healthy keto, so that you avoid a low immunity and also being colonized by the bacteria. Then above all, lemon water. We had a video about talking about how to utilize or maximize on lemon water. So do not boil that lemon. Use the peels also, cut the peels. Basically, boil your water and then pour it in a glass. As it cools down, you can cut your lemons into small pieces, inclusive of the peels. Then dip in, let it soak to extract. Then sieve and press. Then you can use that lemon. Remember to use a straw, because lemon water, ACV, can be dangerous to your teeth. So use a straw so that you also protect your teeth, okay? So that is basically what you're supposed to do. Above all, avoid sugars in all forms, whether natural or synthetic sugar, including honey. Avoid it. Then avoid smoking, because that will expose you to this. Avoid a use of commercial toothpastes by all means. So in this channel, we encourage you to use salt to brush your teeth. We also encourage you to use ACV, diluted ACV, or bicarbonate soda. Okay, for those of you who, ACV can harm your teeth, so you can just gargle using ACV. Bicarbonate soda, you dilute it, you can use it to brush your teeth. So that is, or activated charcoal. So basically, those is what you're supposed to use to protect your oral health.